presentation is an introduction to referencing using APA style that will be a useful resource to support you as you are preparing your first assignments, as well as giving credit where credit is due. Students use referencing for a variety of important reasons. It shows honesty, openness, and integrity. It adds credibility and authority to what we say. It allows readers to follow up on ideas presented, and it shows that our opinions and interpretations are based on wide reading of respected theorists. As a university student, you will encounter other people's ideas in every subject throughout your studies, and you will use them to help you develop your knowledge and form your own opinions. Consequently, you need to understand the rules to be followed when using the ideas of others. Whenever you draw on the ideas, concepts, or theories of others, or use another person's words from print or electronic sources, you must acknowledge that you have borrowed those ideas or words. Avoiding plagiarism involves acknowledgement of all sources of information that you use. You can make this easier by keeping accurate records of your sources by making notes as you read and research. Paraphrasing means you are putting the author's ideas into your own words. It can show deeper understanding of the material and helps you to avoid using too many direct quotes. When paraphrasing, make sure you don't use the exact words or phrases as the author, except technical terms. Try to reorder the information to clarify or emphasize your point. Turnitin is text matching software that checks for potential referencing errors by comparing your assignment to billions of pages of content on the internet, in books, newspapers, scholarly journals, magazines, and student papers. Turnitin may also be used by lecturers at CSU to check student assignments for originality. In most cases, CSU students are required to reference using the APA style. However, this is not always the case. You must check with your subject coordinator in your subject outline to determine what particular style of referencing your lecturer expects you to use. You must reference words quoted directly from another source, words and ideas that are paraphrased or summarized from other sources. You are required to reference each of the sources you use in two places within your paper. The first place is within your text, wherever you have included material from an outside source. This is referred to as an in-text citation. The author's name, the date, and usually the page or paragraph number are placed in parentheses alongside the sourced information. The second place is on a separate page at the end of your paper in a list entitled References. APA referencing is commonly described as the author date style. In-text citations must include the author's last name and the year of publication. We recommend that students get into the habit of always including a page number in their in-text citations. This way they are less likely to forget to include one when it is required. It is never wrong to include a page number in a citation, but it is a problem to leave this information out when citing a quote. Here are 3 examples of correct in-text citations. The first example shows how you would format the in-text citation if you did not want to include the author's name within the body of your sentence. In this case, all the details appear together, within parentheses, immediately following the information to which it relates. Sometimes you may wish to include the author's name in the body of your sentence. In this case, you would follow the pattern in the second example. The page number can be separated from the author's surname. This is very handy when you need to reference a lengthy section of text to the same source. Rather than including the same citation at the end of each individual sentence, the author's name and year of publication can be provided in the first sentence, and the page number can be provided separately immediately following the last sentence. The reader then knows that everything that comes between the author's name and year of publication and the page number comes from the same source. Note the use of sentence punctuation comes after, not before the citation. Note the space before the page number. Note the use of an ampersand, the symbol for and, only when the author's names are within parentheses. Note the connection between the author's surname and the year of publication. They cannot be separated. However, the page number can be separated from the author's name and year of publication. APA style is very particular about formatting in the reference list. For examples and instructions specific to different types of sources, go to Learning Support in the Study tab of the Student Portal. Scroll down to Study Guides and Tips and choose Referencing. Here you will find the APA Referencing Summary and the Academic Referencing Tool, ART. Or you can go to the Study Success tab in Interact 2 and choose Access our Study Guides and Learning Tips from the left-hand menu. Here are some examples of references you will use in this subject. The first is your textbook. It is an edited book with more than one author. Notice the title of the book contains no unnecessary capital letters. The second example is a journal article from an online source. Notice that the title of the article is in standard font, while the title of the journal is in italics. Be careful to copy the format of the punctuation and style exactly. You will find valuable information for your assessment tasks in your course material. Here are 3 examples of how to reference course material. The first example is the format for referencing a PowerPoint slide from a lecture you attended. The next example is an online or recorded lecture you accessed from your Interact 2 site. The third example shows the correct format for referencing your course book. For support with academic skills, including the assignment feedback service, go to Learning Support in the Study tab of your Student Portal. You will also find here information on how to register for a referencing workshop.